Hey guys, cheers. Drinking a little coffee. We made it to Wyoming. Drove pretty late last night, not as late as the guy behind the camera. He got in about 1. We met in a Walmart parking lot somewhere in southeast Idaho. Got up early, got some groceries and gas, and drove for most of the day. We're in Wyoming. We set up camp. We've seen about 100 different trucks and cars go by this road, dusting us out. I don't know if we'll stay here, but yeah, it's really hot and dry. And the word on the street is these elk aren't talking yet. So we're gonna have to work hard, but that's what we're used to. So today we're gonna drive some roads, learn the lay of the land, and we're gonna kind of assess hunting pressure versus recreation. And really just honestly, you gotta get a lay of the land, know the roads, know the trailheads. That's what we're doing tonight. That's what we're gonna do. Put some miles on the rigs or the dirt bikes, whatever, and go from there. So we'll let you know what we find tonight. How many times that razor gone by? Seriously. Did you guys just get a new razor?
Same one.
Just down and back, and it's not that cool. Are you filming that?
Yep.
Razors everywhere.
I want everything and nothing at all. Yeah, I want everything and nothing at all. 'Cause I want everything and nothing at all.
All right, guys, I want to walk you through our first afternoon in Wyoming. So I like it. I've never been here. It's challenging to me. This is stretching us, making us like actually really work hard. So first thing I did was we picked a place to camp where it's just absolutely in the middle, where we could go in any direction. So we're not close to anything. We're never going to be like, wake up and start hiking in. We're always going to have to get in a truck, a four-wheeler, or dirt bike, whatever. And one of the first things I felt like doing was driving as many roads as possible earlier this afternoon and take inventory. I want to know who's camping, who's recreating, who's fishing, who's hunting. And for hunting, I just drive and I look for camps with coolers with all the stickers, Sika, First Light, EXO, Kafaru. Look for the stickers, look for the bow targets, and I look where people bottleneck, where the trailheads are really obvious, are getting pounded. And I'm looking for places that aren't a trailhead that I can get access to, high, to glass, bugle, etc. And so we did that. What we did, we found one road that was really rough that most full-size vehicles won't go up. We took four-wheelers up, and we didn't go to the end because everyone's gonna go to the end and then hike in. We went about halfway, pulled over, found a finger, and we're coming up the finger. We hit moo cows, and we're on south facing, and we can just tell this is where the feed's at and there's water. Started getting a little bit of elevation close to this middle ridge where we want to be, and what do you know? Haven't seen a rub yet, but I started seeing fresh elk sign, fresh elk piss. This is bull piss from early this morning. So I just grab a little bit and make sure if it's sweet, if it's a sweet smell, it's more of a cow. If it's real musky, that's a bull. Not super ruddy piss either, but anyways, we're seeing the tracks. I can tell that there's probably going to be a wallow coming up soon. We're going to get up on the other side where there's shade, where the elk are probably bedded right now. We're going to glass, we're going to listen for bugles, and we might even hike this long ridge, north and south, pitching bugles tonight to find elk. Now, the other places we saw was more like steep and deep, horse country, mule deer country. We got rifle mule deer hunters in here right now. So the Cowboy State, Wyoming, general, expensive elk tag. My dad's with us too. And we sent him to a whole nother road system to drive his truck, unload his four-wheeler, see where it bottlenecks, see where people are staging, where they're camping, and now we're reading sign. We found fresh cow poop, fresh bull poop, fresh bull piss, tracks. We're gonna get into elk tonight for sure. I don't know if we're gonna get into archery range, but we're gonna figure out where to go. And this is a half a day, so pretty exciting. I just kind of wanted to show you, like, get in the mind of ElkShape. It's all about inventory of people, access points, and where the elk want to take refuge away from hunting pressure. So we're not on a trail right now. We followed boot tracks the first mile, and then that road ended. And guess what? No more boot tracks. So let's get up to this ridge and glass. We'll pitch some bugles. I think the elk will come out about 20 minutes before dark because it's been so hot. Let's do it. I called that shit. There'll be a wallow in here. I'm taking pictures to show my dad because I know he just drove his truck in four-wheeler tonight. He's 64. He's badass. He did 8 miles yesterday. But I could get him in here in the mornings or evenings. I don't think they're going to cross that hot ridge because they bed on the backside. So I don't think they'll ever be here evenings. But he might be able to slither in here in the morning. So either way, my dad's incredible. My dad, I want to be half the man that my dad is. I would be happy with that. But just, I didn't even know he drew. I didn't even know he put in for Wyoming. He didn't even know. He didn't even check drop results. He got his tag a couple months later in the mail, and he's like, "Oh, I drew Wyoming." Like, geez, Dad. So my goal is to get him a bull. He struck out in Idaho. He actually got his teeth kicked in. So let's check out this wallow. I don't see any trail cams where I'm used to hunting in North Idaho. There's no secrets. So if you find a wallow like this, you better look for somebody's trail camera so you're not on it. I think they have sexual relations over here in that opening. It's pretty beat down. I mean, obviously there's some moo cows in here, so don't get super like, oh, this is a mix between moo cow, but there's a huge meadow way down there where those moo cows are gonna run the show, but up here. And then those elk aren't gonna cross that opening. They're gonna come up through this gentle shelf system and then bed on the other side. And I act like I know it, but look, man, elk are fairly predictable. This is pretty good country for elk to make a good living. So I can't make any guarantees we're gonna hear bugles or find where these elk are coming from, but if we stay late enough, we should. And I think that's the key to public land elk hunting is get up earlier, find harder but better ways to get into the mountains. Think like an elk, super simple, food, water, cover. Think transition, think navigation, and then most importantly, stay later. Oh no, work harder. That's what it is, work harder. You can go up that way. I just want to check these two wallows. Bugle right here. I was up at 1,000 vertical feet. We did 2 miles. It took us 1 hour and 34 minutes. It's ridiculous. But I don't think the elk are right here. They use this saddle to cross, and I think they side hilled on that north side. So we're gonna glass. I brought the big tube out. Big bull, big tube. Using the pink. Sorry, Dirk. You gotta pull the answer twice. Jake figured 300 yards, I figured 500 yards, whatever. I think he had cows and they were on their way. So, and then we got a really good growler going down in the bottom. And I think the elk are gonna come up and go over to the other side and feed. But we located elk. Mission accomplished.
Hey, what's up guys? Dan Staten here with ElkShape. I wanted to personally invite anybody wanting to punch their elk tag in 2021 to attend one of our ElkShape camps. Check out the link in the video description on where our camp locations are. And if you are interested, use the discount code YouTube and save $50 off registration. This offer expires December 31st, 2020. Let's make 2021 the best year yet, and let's get your elk tag punched. And I look forward to meeting you. This is September 18th, Jake's birthday, 34 years young. We're at the trailhead. We did a good scout session yesterday. Stayed late, hiked in deep, found a couple different herds, kind of figured out their patterns, and realized if we were going to level the playing field with horses, we needed to do a spike camp. So we're loaded up to spike out for the next 2 or 3 days. Connected with my good friend Manny. He's actually elk hunting in here as well. And so he's nice enough to share a camp with us. So he's going to ride, he's going to walk his horse in with my dad's backcountry gear. And my dad's 64 years young, but he can just hike in with trekking poles. That'll save his legs for tomorrow. And then I think Manny and my dad are going to go one way, and then Jake and I are going to go another way. We're going to share a camp. It's cooled off significantly, and I think we're going to get a little rain, snow tomorrow. So packing in a shelter with the stove. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. This is going to be fun. Elk are bugling. And yeah, we'll show you the setup here. Introduce you guys to my dad and Manny. These guys, so this is Manny. I met Manny last year in Wyoming. You guys probably seen that video where we hunted together. And then Manny came to ElkShape camp this year. And this is Dakota. This is
let me in the center frame.
This is really the all-star. You're the guy. You're the guy. Let's go get one done. Flattest. What's up, guys?
That's a nice spot right there.
Cleared out. I'm gonna unload my pack here. I brought, I'm gonna do it in front of the camera here. So, gaiters, it's gonna rain or snow. Storm front jacket. And then, dude, Snyder, the guys at Kafaro, I got a spike camp bag that I just can literally drop off and go hunt. We're gonna take the time to set up camp. But I got Kelvin Puffy. I don't know the name of this little rain jacket, but I think it's $200 or $300 from Sitka. Weighs nothing. And then my camp bag. And that's my spike camp. So I'm gonna set up it's the Cimarron from Seek Outside. Okay, that's everything.
Welcome to Wyoming, the land of
The Cowboy State, bro.
the Cowboy State.
Yeah, man.
The Sunshine State.
I hope you go to Wyoming next year.
Big Bull State.
Yeah, man. So
I heard it's not very fun to hunt though.
it's okay. It's mediocre at best. No, honestly, Wyoming's a good state. I'll tell you guys things we didn't, behind the scenes, because that's why you're watching. So I finally convinced my dad to pull the plug on Idaho, and he wanted to stay the night in Idaho, and I said, September's fine night. So I convinced him to load everything up, and we drove that evening, and we drove and drove and drove until he called me on his phone. We had 2 different rigs, and he's like, I gotta pull over and go to bed. And I respect that, Dad, but we ended up getting about 6 hours behind the windshield, which was awesome, which enabled us, as you see, to be able to get to Wyoming in the daylight, set up camp, and then go exploring, which was, I actually ended up getting to hunt that evening. We found a really good area to start for elk hunting, and before that, we crossed a bunch of places off the map. We figured out where are all the hunters congregating, where are they bottlenecking, where are people recreating. We drove a ton of miles on the dirt bikes and the 4-wheelers. That's important to me. Like before I go hitting a trailhead is to kind of get a lay of the land, learn the road systems, and really kind of figure out what our plan of attack is. And we got right into awesome elk sign. So we got back super late. First day in Wyoming, and that's when I was like, Dad, we're sleeping in tomorrow morning, but we're loading up the horse. My buddy Manny was there, and we're gonna pack your stuff in, and we're gonna go spike camping. We got to get away from people.
Yeah, man. And if you just want to kind of peel the curtain back on Dan's hunting strategy, maybe like his overarching system, the bit I've hunted with you, it's definitely important first thing when you show up to just get the lay of the land, see what's going on, see what's popping around. And you can learn a lot doing that.
This was the most crowded area I've ever seen while elk hunting. I think Idaho still had more hunting pressure, but Wyoming had more hunting and recreational pressure. And all the people in Wyoming, God bless you all, but you all own stock and you know how to use them. And it's like horse trailers everywhere. And that's a real advantage when you have stock. Fortunately, my buddy Manny from Wyoming, guess what? He had a horse and he was using it. And Manny's a good friend. He hunted with me last year in Wyoming, so he's a total stud. So shout out to Manny.
Yeah, and we're just gonna hop in and get some reactions, answer some questions, get to know you guys better. His name goes by Jay. I'm no pro for sure, but I have a question. Why calling to announce your presence? I kept saying lose the calls and hustle your way in. Seemed you were wasting your time with the calls. Needed to cover some ground in a hurry.
Yeah, what day was this?
This was when they're fighting.
Yeah, I know. So the day before that, or the video before that, I did exactly what you're talking about, Jay. Herd bull was screaming, never made a sound, got to 76 yards. He busted me. But that's actually my preferred way of elk hunting, believe it or not, is to put the calls away. I couldn't agree more.
And I think the big thing, right, is it's all just situational. You're very intuitive, and you're just going with what your gut tells you is best at 100%. The time.
Yeah, now when those bulls were fighting, I was not making noise. And I think maybe our voiceover might have been behind a little bit, and that was on us, technically speaking. But I never made a sound until the calf saw me, bolted, broke up the fight. Herd bull's like, what's going on? Started doing his herd gathering bugle, and I was like, well, I better try to vocalize and pressure this way. But leading up to that point, you're right. There was no need to make a call. Just sneak in, cover distance. That darn calf did not want you guys to see those bulls fighting.
Yeah, it was just a bummer, man, because that's the kind of footage we die to try to get. But Dylan Perrin says, I noticed you switched bugle tubes in this video. Is there any particular reason you did this?
You guys are observant. So yeah, so first off, the bugle tube that I was using is a smaller Phelps one that I actually like a lot. I went back to the Unleashed for a good reason. When you're hunting more open terrain with less underbrush, more open country, less topography, your bugles need to carry further. And that little tube wasn't cutting it as far as volume goes. I needed to produce more volume to see if I can call out further and locate elk. When I'm in more like dense brush stuff that, you can only hear so far anyways, then I like that little tube. It's just, less things grab it in the brush. So I had to move to a bigger tube to create more volume and get my sound to carry further.
Did any of you guys see this? It might have been this episode or an episode back when Jake Webb, first day in Montana, he pulls up his horn and there's a bugler signature on it.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, he had Dirk Durham sign his bugle tube because Jake actually came to ElkShape camp. That's how I met him.
Yeah.
And now he's a cameraman. And yeah.
So shout out to Jason Phelps for helping you with those things.
Yeah,
and the
man.
bugler, man.
Yeah, Phelps has been really good to the ElkShape cams, and I love those calls. I'm super loyal to the Phelps game call family.
Well, thank you guys for being here. This is episode a lot of the Public Land Hustle. Dan just getting to Wyoming. This is when it gets fun. Like Wyoming, big country, beautiful views, and a few bulls too. So do us a favor, subscribe to the channel. Definitely give it a thumbs up. That helps. And we will catch you back here for the next one.